Why is President Trump threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act against American citizens in Minneapolis? And how does this connect to his push to strip citizenship from naturalized Americans? Trump threatened Thursday to invoke the 1792 Insurrection Act to send federal troops into Minneapolis, where protests have exploded after ICE officers shot and killed Renee Nicole Good earlier this month. The president wrote on Truth Social that he'll institute the Insurrection Act if Minnesota officials don't stop professional agitators and insurrectionists attacking ICE agents. This comes just days after Trump revealed his administration is exploring how to strip citizenship from naturalized Americans, particularly targeting Minnesota's Somali community. The citizenship threat is concrete and unprecedented. Trump told the New York Times he would denaturalize people in a heartbeat if they were dishonest, singling out Somali Americans and claiming many hate our country. Internal documents show USCIS field offices were asked to supply 100 to 200 denaturalization cases per month, a dramatic increase from the average of 11 cases annually before his presidency. Legal experts say naturalized citizens can only be stripped for fraud during the naturalization process, not for crimes committed afterward, but critics fear the administration will stretch legal definitions. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed the administration is looking at revoking citizenship for Somali Americans convicted in Minnesota's daycare fraud cases. This represents an escalation from deportation to citizenship revocation, a move that could affect hundreds of thousands of naturalized citizens. The Insurrection Act threat reflects Trump's broader assertion of executive power, which has intensified since the Minneapolis protests began. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed she discussed using the Insurrection Act with the president, telling reporters he certainly has the constitutional authority. But legal scholars note the law is rarely used, with President George H.W. Bush last invoking it during the 1992 Los Angeles riots. The law allows presidents to deploy military for domestic law enforcement without congressional authorization, essentially federalizing National Guard troops and using active duty soldiers against civilians. Meanwhile, the Clintons are defying congressional subpoenas, creating parallel constitutional friction. House Oversight Chairman James Comer announced contempt proceedings against Bill and Hillary Clinton after they refused to appear for depositions in the Epstein investigation. The Clintons fired back, calling the subpoenas partisan politics designed to result in their imprisonment. This battle echoes the hypocrisy around subpoena power, as Trump ally Rep. Jim Jordan famously defied his own January 6 committee subpoena while now issuing subpoenas as House Judiciary Chairman. Jordan has issued at least 91 subpoenas since 2023, despite refusing to comply with his lawful subpoena in 2022. The contrast reveals a two-tiered approach to congressional oversight, where allies support subpoenas against opponents but defy them when directed at themselves. These issues dominate political chatter, with Insurrection Act trending on social media as Trump supporters defend the move as necessary law enforcement and critics warning of authoritarian overreach. Meanwhile, the citizenship threats spark heated debates about birthright citizenship versus naturalized citizenship, with some Trump supporters arguing fraud justifies denaturalization, while immigration advocates call it xenophobic policy targeting specific communities. Trump threatened the Insurrection Act on January 16, 2026, amid Minneapolis ICE protests, while simultaneously pushing denaturalization policies. The Clintons defied subpoenas in the Epstein investigation, and Jim Jordan's hypocrisy on subpoena compliance has resurfaced as a parallel example of selective enforcement of congressional authority. Trump is leveraging multiple constitutional pressure points simultaneously: domestic military deployment, citizenship revocation, and selective congressional oversight enforcement, to project unstoppable executive power. While each action has legal precedents, their combined use suggests a systematic effort to expand presidential authority beyond traditional boundaries, testing whether institutional checks and balances can constrain executive overreach. What do you think? Should Trump invoke the Insurrection Act and strip citizenship from those who commit fraud? Or is this just a dangerous expansion of executive power that threatens constitutional rights? Drop your thoughts below.